Is slow weight loss really better than fast weight loss? That's the question I want to answer today. And more than likely, you have heard people tell you that if you lose weight too quickly, you're going to put it back on, or that trying to lose weight quickly is unsustainable. And I think there is some credibility to those statements. But I think there is a really big thing that's missing from the conversation that is actually in favor of faster weight loss. And it's something that the health and wellness industry does not do a great job of acknowledging, but I'm going to acknowledge it today. So guys, if you are new here, allow me to welcome you. This is Unshakable Habits, the podcast dedicated to helping men to elevate their physical and mental well-being so that you can live a better life. I am your host, Stephen Box, a national board certified health and wellness coach. And guys, this conversation today was actually sparked by a podcast interview I did the other day. Fantastic interview on the Thrive 24 podcast. It should be out here in the next couple of weeks. I would highly encourage you to check it out. But as part of our conversation about habits and weight loss and things like that, there was a comment that got made by the host. And understand, I'm not saying this as a negative towards him. This is a very common belief within the health and fitness industry that people get very focused on fast results. And I 100% agree with the overall point he was actually trying to make, which was that when people focus just on the weight loss, when they focus just on the number, what ends up happening is they take a lot of unhealthy behaviors and they start trying to lose weight, and they would use those unhealthy behaviors to get to a certain number on the scale or a certain size pant or whatever. And they end up putting the weight back on. It's not long-term. It's not a real solution to the problem. And a lot of times the negative effects of it can be long-lasting, and it can really hurt you. Not to mention the fact that a lot of the things that you have to do to get fast weight loss also are very unsustainable. And so you might be wondering, okay, well, Steve, you're saying all this, but you also said there was some benefits to fast weight loss. So what are they? So here's the thing. And this is what I explained to him. I think it's totally understandable that people want fast results. But I'm also going to tell you, I don't think most people really want fast weight loss. And here's what I mean. If I were to take just about any guy that I've ever spoken to on a consultation or on an initial coaching call and recorded that conversation and printed out a transcript for you and let you read it, what you would see is that almost every last one of them started off the conversation by saying, I want to lose weight. And when I dive deeper into why they want to lose weight, it's, well, I want to get off these medications. My doctor told me if I lose some weight, I can get off the medications. Or, well, you know what? I just don't think my wife finds me that attractive, and I think our love life would be better if I lost some weight. Or, you know what? I'm tired of my knees hurting every single time I go up the stairs. And I know if I lost some weight, it would help. Or I'm tired of not being able to play with my kids without getting winded. And I know if I lost some weight, it would help. I know that if I lost weight, I would have more energy. I would be more productive at work. Are you starting to see the connection here? There is a belief that all these problems, the real issues, the real things they want to solve, they believe that weight loss is the solution. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying they're wrong, but I want to point this out to you. They're not looking for fast weight loss. What they're looking for is to get rid of all those other problems as fast as possible, right? They want their wife to find them attractive today. They want to be able to play with their kids this weekend without getting winded. They want their knees to not hurt the next time they go up the stairs. They want to have more energy, be more productive, and be a standout at work this week, right? They're not looking to accomplish any of those things 3 months from now, which is, what most professionals are touting as a fast transformation, is a 3-month transformation, 90 days, which, by the way, that is incredibly fast transformation. Took me 10 months to lose 80 pounds. So 90 days is really like a breakneck speed. But the thing is, I think it's understandable that people want to get rid of those problems as fast as possible, right? But here's the rub. And this is why I wanted to make this episode today. And this is why I was so glad when he brought this up. When you start to look at this, the easy trap to fall into is, when I get to my goal weight, everything's going to be better. Why do we have to wait till we get to our goal weight, guys? Is there some unwritten rule that I'm not aware of that heavier set guys can't be happy? I know a lot of heavy set guys who are happy. So why do we need to wait until we lose all of the weight? Or you see what I'm doing here, right? It's about not losing all of the weight. It's about how can we start to develop that identity? How can we start to adapt the behavior? Y'all have heard me talk about this before. Along the way, and as we start to lose weight, we'll start to see improvements, right? Your knees may still hurt, but they're going to hurt a little bit less when you get that first 10 pounds off, even if you need to lose 50. You'll be a little less winded playing with your kids when you get that first 10 pounds off, right? You might start to feel a little bit more confident. Your clothes might feel a little bit better. You might have a little more energy, right? All those things can start to happen fairly early in the process. Now, they're going to be way better when you get to 50 pounds loss. But if all we're focused on is thinking that we can't feel good until we get there, how much time are you taking away from yourself? How much valuable time are you losing out on because you're focused on the number and just trying to get there? So, yeah, there really isn't a benefit to necessarily losing weight quickly. There's a lot of drawbacks to it. But when we look at the reasoning behind why you want to lose weight quickly, those are very good reasons. We all want to start feeling better faster, right? We all want to get rid of those pain points faster. And that is a fantastic motivator and is a great thing to keep us motivated and going until we start to build the momentum on our own, until we start to build habits and everything starts to be consistent. And we still early on need that external motivation. And this is the external motivation for a lot of us. So I don't have an issue with guys wanting to get results quickly. I just want to make sure that what they're looking at is not, I have to get the full result quickly. It's, hey, let's hit the ground running here a little bit, get some results early, and let's not have the results just be what's on the scale. Let's have them be in my mindset. Let's have them be in appreciating the small percentage gains that I'm getting along the way, right? I remember when I lost my 80 pounds, I went to the gym, I hired a trainer, and I couldn't hardly do anything, guys. Like, I remember trying to do push-ups. I think I could do maybe 2-3 push-ups. And then I went down and, did some on my knees or whatever. But they wanted me to do like 10. And it took me probably like 5 minutes to do 10 push-ups. And afterwards, I was toast. Like, don't ask me to do any kind of upper body or chest stuff for at least like 20, 30 minutes after that, because I'm done. Like, I'm toast. And over time, I went from, be able to do maybe like 2 push-ups or whatever to I could do 3, I could do 4, I could do 5. And all of a sudden, I got to a point where even though I was doing some of them on my knees, maybe I wasn't as tired afterwards. Maybe I only needed 10 minutes instead of 20, right? And eventually I got to a point where I could do 10 push-ups, like 10 actual push-ups. And then I got to a point where I was no longer tired after doing 10 push-ups. And it was those little steady gains that really kept me motivated. But had I been focused on just like, I have to get this 80 pounds off, and that's the only thing that matters, I would have missed out on all that motivation, and it would have been really easy for me to give up along the way. So that is really the message I wanted to deliver to you guys today. Just so y'all know, just a heads up, I do have some openings right now for one-on-one coaching, and my prices are going to be going up from where they currently are come January. So what I'm telling you guys this now because I'm only going to have, I think it's 4 spots. It might be 5. I'd have to go back and look at my logs, but I know at least 4 spots I'm going to have open. And once those are gone, I'm going to sell those at the current pricing. If you either A, start before the end of the year. So this is something that, if you come to me and you say, hey, I want one of those spots, I'm ready to start, cool, we'll get you going. But if you come to me and say, hey, I'm not going to be ready to go to January, but I don't want to pay the extra price, then what you can do is you can put down the down deposit and save your spot for January. So if you want to do that, that is something that we can do for you. Obviously, I'm not going to ask you guys to make that decision right off bat. Go to my website, unshakablehabits.com, click on the link to schedule a free roadmap call. We're going to go through, I will take you through a couple of different questionnaires that I have to help you determine what is going to be the best path forward for you. We'll create a roadmap for you, give you some clarity on how to go about achieving your goals, give you a better idea of where you are right now. And then from there, you can decide whether you want to work with me or not. It's no obligation to do those. I don't care if 500 people book calls with me, I'm going to do 500 calls. And, there's still only going to be 4 or 5 spots available. So we definitely encourage, if it's something that you're interested in, something you're thinking about, go ahead and get those booked as soon as possible. So guys, that is it for today's episode. I'm just going to keep it nice and short for you today. I know you guys are busy just like me, so hopefully you got some great value out of that. And if you enjoyed this episode, I really would appreciate if you could go onto Apple, Spotify, or Podchaser and leave us a review. And as always, guys, I want to remind you that while none of us are born unshakable, we can all become unshakable.
Thank you for listening to the Unshakable Habits Podcast with Coach Stephen Box. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and help us spread the word by sharing the podcast with other men. If you're ready to create unshakable habits, you can learn more and connect with us at unshakablehabits.com.